So it had been weeks now since I heard from Frank. He'd been acting and sounding stranger all the time, making strange references and sounding scattered. Eventually, he stopped returning my calls. I waited until I couldn't wait anymore, and I finally broke when his ex called and complained to me about the same things. It worried me enough to take a few days off of work and just drive up north to check on him. Hey, Frank! There was no sign of him. The upstairs was just as neglected as the downstairs. If he'd been here recently, he hadn't touched a thing. I decided to wait him out. Frank had always been an individual. He chose left when most would choose right. He wasn't crazy or anything. He just really marched to his own drummer. Really. He'd run into some life problems a while back. You know, the same sort of things that we all run into. Lost a job, broke up with a girlfriend. It all sucked. And Frank took it harder than most. But one night he called and was a different guy. It was like someone had put a quarter in him. He was going on and on about this property up north, about how it was perfect and it fit him so well, etc. It was a little weird because we were both city boys. The country was something you made fun of or looked at on TV. But this place? Well, he threw every resource he had at it. It was nuts because there was no talking him down. And besides, he sounded happy. At least for a while. He was communicative, even chatty. Then, as time went by, less so. Fewer phone calls, fewer texts. Eventually, the guy just dropped off the map. The weather was starting to turn when I found the diary. It seemed fitting somehow. It didn't strike me as something Frank would do, but then none of this seemed quite normal. I fought with myself for a while, but I really knew the whole time I would read it. I just had to go through the motions to feel better about it. In the end, I justified it by telling myself it was because I was worried.
There weren't many entries, just a couple of pages. I'd like to say they explained everything, but they just made it worse.
I know she's out there. I can feel her. I know she can feel me. I know it hasn't been long, but it's been forever. My whole life. I can feel myself starting to fall away, and it's okay. I'm not fighting it. I'm giving in, letting go. The things that hold me here, my past, my fears, my dreams, are all shrinking away. The music is coming. She is coming. My senses are alive. I'm waking up. I'm finally awake. The smells of the forest fill me. She's here now. The waiting is over. I am changing.